comedy shit. Just keep that music going. I didn't actually mean that. I've got 10 minutes. Come on. How's everybody doing? Cool. Man, we are at the end of another academic year here in this college town, and I'm still in school. I'm in like the 20th grade, so I'm excited to actually reflect on the progress I've made in life, because I'm in a PhD program now, which is pretty cool, because I actually failed out of high school. I did. I failed out of high school. I got a GED, and you know, worked my ass off. Now I'm at Carolina, I'm in the music department, getting a PhD. So I think that's pretty cool, right? Yeah, I want some praise. But you hear that? But I think what I'm going to do when I finish, just to sort of check out this transformation, is I'm going to take my GED. I'm going to put it in just as immaculate a frame as my PhD in music history. And I'm going to put them right next to each other on my wall and just stare at them and figure out which one led to my career in food service. Like there's any question. No, it's actually nice though. This bad economy is making like everyone else's career ambitions just as unrealistic as mine. So I mean, it's a bad economy, right? And so what are they saying? There aren't like even going to be jobs anymore. We all have to be entrepreneurs and like come up with our own thing. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to think of like, you know, what the new thing is, what's popular right now. And apparently what people are into now is like getting celebrities on your GPS system, like celebrity voices. But that market's actually been kind of saturated, so I'm going to do a new thing. I'm going to create celebrity car alarms. And I think it's going to be really cool. The first one I'm going to do is going to be Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam, just because I don't think it's going to be too much of a stretch for him. It's like someone gets too close to your Beamer and all of a sudden it's all, ha, 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 whoa. So yeah, I live here in Carrboro. I love this town. I love the spirit of community in this town. And I'm so impressed by how much volunteer work people do around here. People are really giving of their time. And I think that's really cool. But in a bad economy, we all need to be a little mindful not to do for free what other people depend on for a living, right? I think we can all agree on that. Because, for example, I get paid to be a pretentious dick about music. And there's like 1,000 hipsters in Carrboro who'll do that shit for free. And it's just hard to compete. So, I'm originally from New York. I moved down here and love this area. There are a few cultural differences, a few things that irritate me though. For one, y'all don't know how to deal with jaywalking down here in the South. It's like I'm just trying to get to my bus in the morning, so it's like I'm timing the cars, I'm timing how fast they're going, I'm getting them a little like modified track stance, looking as athletic as any academic can look, and you know what happens? I'm about to cross the street and like a car slows to a halt and stops for me. So now like cars are piling up behind him and I'm getting this kind of, you know, what I've come to find out is the southern passive-aggressive, I'm a martyr, you're a jackass face, like. So I'm like, look buddy, I am from New York City, where we are trained from the age of 3 to basically play live-action Frogger. And you're the asshole holding up traffic. I'm willing to take my life in my hands. But the other issue, though, is that being from New York, I actually can't drive a car. And let me clarify, not in the way y'all can't drive. I mean, like, I literally can't operate a motor vehicle at all. I don't know how they work. Which is kind of limiting around here because there are a lot of places you need a car to get to. But luckily I have discovered that in this area, a lot of places you need a car to get to suck. So it's not like I'm at home crying myself to sleep like, fuck, I really wanted to go to Golden Corral for dinner tonight. Give myself a nice big plate of brown. That's a lie, I love that food. I love all my food in a giant greasy pile format, which makes my all-time favorite meal, no question, nachos. Does anyone here love nachos as much as I do? I fucking love those things. It's kind of an issue though because what do you want to do? You don't want to eat a whole plate of nachos by yourself, right? Because you're going to pay for that shit later. So you want to split them, but there's like this awkward politics to splitting a plate of nachos that makes me kind of uncomfortable. Because what do you want when you're eating nachos? It's like you want to get a good substantial chip that's got a whole bunch of stuff on it, but like you don't want to be the asshole that's bogarting the whole plate, so it's like everyone's sitting around playing this big game of nacho Jenga. Trying not to be the jerk that grabs the load-bearing nacho and goes to Buck Lake with him. Yeah, but I've actually been good about food recently. I'm happy to report I lost 40 pounds this year. So, looking kind of svelte, and I think I'm actually going to gain it back because it sucks. So losing weight is horrible because what I found is that when you lose weight, suddenly every compliment you get is actually a retroactive insult. Basically, they're just calling 4 months ago you a fat ass, right? Like, dude, you look so good. Now. Oh, you said I looked good before? Yeah, but now you're in the hot people club where we're honest with each other. I don't know, but suddenly women are giving you attention who like weren't giving you any before. It's like, you know what? Keep that to yourself. Where were you 2 chins ago when I needed somebody? Anyway, luckily I don't have to worry about dating anymore. I got married last year. My first anniversary is next week. I think that's pretty awesome. My wife is really, really cool, and we have a couple of unique challenges that we deal with in life. She's handicapped. She uses a wheelchair. And, all right, stick with me. It's going to be funny. Just everyone there. Like, there's jokes coming. But like, I feel like, you know, just like that awkward moment, people don't really know how to handle dealing with that, so they ask you like these really weird questions that you don't know how to respond to. It's like, oh, you're married to a disabled person. How is that? What kind of how is that? How do I answer that question? It's great. I recommend it. You should cripple your wife. The worst one though, and it's so well intentioned, like, you know, people, but it comes out just condescending, is when people are like, you're married to that sweet little girl in a wheelchair, you must have such a good heart. Like I'm sponsoring a Ugandan orphan or something. Like, no, like, you know, this is like an attractive adult woman. Like, she has sex with me. And I'm pretty sure if that's what you want from a Ugandan orphan, it's more than 50 cents a day. I'll actually tell you guys, I'll tell you a true story. This is just the sort of like gold you get from the comedy god. This really happened. I'll tell you the story of our first kiss. It's really sweet. You guys want to hear it? Yeah! Cool. So I was going to tell it anyway, but makes this less awkward. Yeah, so we met in college actually at the annual dance sponsored by the Dungeons and Dragons and Japanese Animation Club. Yeah! So she didn't know what she was getting, but so it's like, you know, we're dancing, like, she's kind of into me. I'm like, huh, is this a girl being into me? Like, I didn't know what that felt like, so I assumed that's what this was. So I'm like, all right, you know, let's take a chance. Let's roll the dice on this one, because I was tired of rolling my own. So it's the end of the night, and I lean in to give her a kiss, and she pulls the fuck away from me with, like, more violent, authoritative force than I had ever experienced. So I'm like, all right, you know, like, I know no means no, I respect you, it's totally cool, like, just got rejected. Turns out what actually happened is that she was leaning in to kiss me, and as she was doing that, her forearm brushed the joystick. My forearm brushed the joystick on her power wheelchair, and drove her into a wall. Really happened, but, I read an interesting statistic a few weeks ago. Apparently, not too surprising, I guess, but people in red states watch significantly more porn than people in blue states. Do you guys read this? Apparently it's true. And it made me think, like, if Republicans watch that much porn, why did no one speak up when they called themselves the teabaggers? Someone should have known that was a bad idea. Anyway, I'll leave you guys with this. I've been, you know, like I said, I've got these business ideas in my head. My other idea is I'm going to enter the video game market. I'm gonna do a remake of Oregon Trail, my favorite game from childhood. Anybody else like that game? Oregon Trail. But that game didn't grow with its audience, because there was an Oregon Trail 2, and you know what that was? It was just like a bunch of people dressed like they're in Colonial Williamsburg, like teaching you about the 19th century. And that's not why you played Oregon Trail. Why'd you play Oregon Trail? To fucking go hunting. That's why. It was always feast or famine, right? It was always like 6 pounds of squirrel or 9,000 pounds of buffalo. So I think what I'm going to do with this game is I'm actually going to fuse it with Grand Theft Auto, make a little game called Grand Theft Wagon. And I've already got the cutscenes planned out in my head. It's like, Vinny, come here, we got a fucking problem. Alright, we got this river. It's 8 feet across and it's 3 feet deep. The ways I see it, you got 2 choices, my friend. You can caulk the wagon and attempt to float it, or you can grow some balls and ford that motherfucker. You do this for me, you will be a made man. But if you tip over, spill 3 oxen and 17 pairs of socks, you will see an early grave, my friend. God help you if Cousin Bethany gets cholera. No, but this would be really cool, because like you go on a giant killing rampage, suddenly a text box pops up. You killed 47 prostitutes with an Uzi, but you were only able to carry 100 pounds of meat back to your body. I'm CJ Wells, guys. Thank you so much.
CJ Wells!